All right, Speed Gaming 4. Hello, and welcome to another round of 16 first round matchup of the Super Metroid Randomizer tournament for SGLIVE 2021. We've got an excellent race for you today. It is between SentientFlatbread and azder, who last year in the SGL Randomizer tournament made it all the way to the finals, and I believe even went to a game 3 with Aussie. Two great runners, and I'm joined today by Glove on co-commentary. Glove, how are you?
I'm doing really well. I'm super excited for this matchup. I think people who aren't quite as tuned in to the Super Metroid Rando environment might not realize how good of a matchup this is, actually. As you mentioned, azder is an incredible Rando runner. Uh, Incredible at a lot of randos, even.
Oh, yeah.
Um, Super Metroid Link to the Past, SMZ3, Metroid Prime, Ocarina of Time, like if it's a Metroid or Zelda randomizer, there's a fair chance he's run it. SentientFlatbread is maybe not as well known of a name, but he's a lot more experienced with a lot of different rando settings. He runs the Varia live races every week. He's the admin for that, and he's really skilled at like knowing the Varia randomizer.
He has had not only did he have an excellent qualifier, he's the number 7 seed of this tournament. azder is the number 10 seed. So technically, Flatbread is the higher seeded player, but he also had really good times and a lot of like open seeds that we practiced
Mhm.
with before the tournament started. So, um, and honestly, like I kind of feel like azder doesn't even need an introduction in terms of Super Metroid randomizer stuff.
Yeah.
But honestly, I would go further than what you said. I would just say put any game in the entire world that's ever been created and randomize the items, and he can probably do it.
Yeah, fair enough. I think one of the areas where azder is really good, and I was actually talking with him in I think Eddie's chat about this recently, is azder has some really good race theory. I tend to be very much of the mindset that you have to be extremely, extremely good to actually correctly meta in pretty much any randomizer. And azder is extremely, extremely good.
I
Uh,
agree.
and he is able to implement race theory and make gambles and meta plays that actually work, which, with no disrespect to anyone, is a lot harder than most people think.
I definitely agree. Couple things real quick. Grapple and as the first item to go with Morph is pretty unique. For
Yeah.
anyone who is new to this mode, the mode for this randomizer tournament is Major Minor Split, which most people are familiar with, but it is full area or heavy area, as I like to call it, as well as other people, which means there are 32 portals around the map, which they're probably going to check one here in a minute. There's 32 portals that lead to 32 different places. And then it's also ball shuffle. These seeds can get very, very, very complicated. Um, you know what? I'm kind of curious to see how azder does the strat right here because okay, I was actually curious to see if he would turn around. He's not going to check this portal, but Flatbread is. Let's see if it's good information. Ooh,
That could be huge.
it could be. I will say this though, not the exact same thing, but something very similar happened to me versus Al, and it turned out that in the long run it was a push because it's kind of hard to explain, but the way the portals all linked together, we both kind of ended up in the same place later,
Mhm.
just clearing them in different orders. So it could be nothing, but at the same time, you do typically want to get as much of Green Brinstar cleared out as quickly as you can.
Yeah, I tend to think of the map as like you have the places you need to go. You have Red Brinstar as the primary area hub, and Green Brinstar as like the primary items hub.
That's a good way of looking at it. I like that. I'm gonna try to track this along the way. One thing that I will just say in the future, I hope that we can come up with a good way to do. Right now, we just don't have a fantastic way of doing it. Whoa, gravity suit. Um, I wish
Wow.
we could put like a portal tracker on the layout, because that's kind of what the most important information is. But getting gravity early is great.
All right. I'm actually, I can screen share my tracker with you.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, because tracking these and commentating at the same time can be a lot. Because we've got two runners, especially in situations like this, they're doing a lot of different things.
Correct. Oh, wow, charged
Wow.
this early.
Yeah, Green Brinstar's holding. Wow.
And again, this is not necessarily a problem. It could be that one of these, there's two portals that Asher's about to run into here, and it could be that one of them is actually the green elevator or something like that. That's the red tower elevator.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see Oster come back to that.
Yeah, it kind of depends on what this is. There's really hardly anything over here that he would continue with, unless it was just another portal in red. Yeah, he's not going to take this. That's one of the 4 portals in West Meridia.
It is red, just red fish room.
Indeed. So yeah, look, what I would assume here, kind of like what you pointed out, Glove, feels like Azder's probably gonna check a few of the portals. There's actually 6. This is the biggest hub in the entire game, the Red Brinstar area, but he's probably going to check some portals, maybe get some minor items potentially, but definitely get the Spazer item. And then maybe he'll do early X-ray. I kind of doubt it with this amount of energy.
He can just grapple across.
Oh, that's right. They already got grapple. Never mind.
Yeah, you're not used to seeing it this early.
No.
This is really interesting from Oster. It's always interesting to see which minor item locations our runners want to check and how many of them.
I like this check. I think you noticed I checked it twice the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good check.
Yeah, I mean, some players would rather just rely on finding charge, which can be to your benefit. Might be to the runner's benefit here, given that early charge location. But without beams, even missiles are still a good pickup right now.
I agree. On top of that, even if you have charge early, and I think you even made this point in one of the other commentaries a while back. It might have even been mine, but you still need a lot of ammo in the early game, and it allows you to be more flexible. And even if you have regular charge in Varia, you don't want to be fighting Ridley with the pea shooter. So
Yeah,
good idea to
especially
keep
boss
collecting.
shuffle.
Oh yeah.
Like, we can't be fighting Ridley right now, but if SentientFlatbread runs into Dragon, that's a fight that he can do. And he can't do the grapple quick kill with this energy. Since it actually, gravity does not protect from those turrets at all with these settings.
And Green Brinstar was loaded with good items. Screw attack is never beyond like the opening 3 minutes of the game. I don't think it can ever really be a progression item in that sense. I guess unless it forces you to use it to get to Gauntlet near the beginning of the game. But otherwise, I actually feel like Screw Attack's value is significantly improved in this mode versus just like a traditional normal one. So that's always an item that I like to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And to that point, I think ammo management in general, especially power bomb management, is a much bigger deal in area rando.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Interesting.
You know what's so crazy about this glove?
What?
Look at the way that the green Brinstar portals connect. Gravity Suit is in Green Brinstar. The only way in there is the map station and retro power bombs. It is extremely unlikely that Azder checks the map station portal, like, unless it's like a last resort or until he has like other items that would potentially get him back out. So kind of right now, the way the items are set up, it's set up to where that retro PB's door is kind of the entrance the game wants you to use.
Yeah, interesting.
Not that Azder is incapable of some cosmic brain play. I mean, we've seen him do a lot of really smart things, but as in general, this is not the situation you would want if you skip that portal.
Yeah, high jump boots are really nice for Usher here.
Oh yeah.
Especially as we're coming up on this tube check. You never need high jump boots to check this portal, even if the tube's already broken, but they make it a lot nicer.
That is true.
And we have Croc entrance there. That could be good later on. Like, you don't want to be hell running yet. Well, we're certainly not going there.
By the way, what was that like the red tower above X-ray door? What was that portal?
I completely missed it.
Maybe chat can give us an assist. Also, I think I missed the Meridia escape portal that he checked immediately after he came down the elevator. People are going to laugh, but I have a really hard time tracking the portals while trying to watch tube runners.
Absolutely. So, Ostrier's potentially just going to go for this.
So this is where it gets a little tricky. This is like one of the areas I need to familiarize myself a little bit more, but I believe that the hell run logic for this is 4 tanks for him to go to speed booster or something like that from these portals. But you can make it with 3 because I've done it. I even did it in my last race.
Yeah, I mean, like,
why do you skip that super?
Yeah, that's... I wonder if that was a thing where he cut his jump like a little bit wrong, and then he was like, you know, I am very close to death. I can't
Right.
like I can't any amount of mental energy dedicated to thinking could be death there. It's really unfortunate though. He could really use a second pack right now.
No, absolutely. Supers are very, very valuable. There's a pack for him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, that's kind of one of the things I really have enjoyed about the races of these modes, because, you know, for anyone who's not familiar, we have not had a ton of races of these modes in terms of like tournament action. And so the, you know, meta and sort of reason for decisions that runners make is still a little bit different. And on top of that, it's like you can't even really know for sure who's ahead or behind at different junctures. So I'm really kind of curious to see how this ends up playing out. Nice gravity jump.
Yeah. There's about as many ways to get through that map room as there are item sets, but a lot of them are not great. This should be our first time seeing this portal.
So Main Street is the Ridley mouth.
Yeah, I mistrack that. Yeah, I always mess up chronic boost and like I mix up the 2 ends of lava dive.
You know, funny, I actually call the one that's connected to Upper Norfair, I call that one lava dive, because to me the lava dive is it's hard to explain, but I associate it with the chronic boost room more than the other room.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. A lot of lava dive comes down to your entrance.
Right.
Alright, that's I believe our first East Meridia access here in Upper Norfair, which is very valuable.
Which one was it?
Front end of East Meridia.
Okay. So
And
Aqueduct.
wrecked ship. Interesting.
Ooh, nice super there.
Hmm.
We got Spazer from the Mama Turtle location.
Yeah. I wonder, I imagine Azder just goes and checks this now. He can kill Kraid and Fantoon easily. For Dragon, it would just take a really long time, especially with his current ammo. That would be a lot of farming, given he still hasn't made his way over to Green Bryn to find charge.
I'm gonna say this is Dragon. And the reason I'm gonna say it is because if I'm right, then I look good, and if I'm wrong, there's no penalty. It's either Dragon or Kraid. Oh,
And it's Kraid.
so close. Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
Yeah, it's very good to find Kraid before actually fighting Kraid's lair.
Oh, that's a great point.
The worst feeling in the world is when you just need one more item for go mode, and Kraid's lair is an option.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Now Flatbread's going to be presumably retracing a lot of the things that Azder did.
Indeed. Now, what was the... I'm sorry to ask again. What was the portal that was above Kraid? The above Kraid entry in Red Tower?
Wait. Above Kraid entry in Red Tower?
Yeah, like there's the door that leads to the normal Kraid's lair, and then there's the one above it. Like it's the Meridia exit.
Oh, yeah, that leads to West Meridia.
Okay, that's the highway one.
Yeah, that's like leads to the division between West and East Meridia. Yeah, so Azder could have checked. I believe with just high jump boots, Forgotten Highway is in logic. I don't know. I'm so terrible with the Forgotten Highway logic.
Actually, with high jump boots, I believe that the back of wreck ship, like wreck ship exit, is what I call it. It is it's in logic with high jump boots, in or out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's either you need high jump boots or gravity, I think. Maybe space jump puts it in logic. Yeah.
Ooh, be careful.
Either way, it's very slow, and yeah, Flatbread, again, gravity doesn't protect you at all from environmental damage, so this spike still do 60.
The problem there was... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I would take that E-tank there.
Oh, big time. In fact, to me, I actually kind of feel like, and this is just a personal preference, if I'm going all the way into X-ray, I'm just getting whatever's there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he kind of got trolled there by Screw Attack. Screw Attack will actually reset your iframes, and so he like jumped after he got hit, and then came out of his iframes and landed on a spike.
Yeah. Nice recovery there for the right side bubble from Azder. Yeah. We'll have to see if there's anything here in bubble. This is kind of what Azder needs. Flatbread will be at least a little bit better equipped for it with that screw attack. It's not necessarily huge per se. Oh, and gravity as well. Actually has a non-zero impact of it, because gravity fully protects you from the lava.
True. Polar Bear Bunny, I'm sorry, that's not the reason I go to X-ray. I don't just go willy-nilly. I go to X-ray because I know it's going to be speed booster.
I go to X-ray because the boost is fun.
Once again, I failed to look at Flatbread when he went in that portal. What was that portal he just came out of?
I completely missed it too.
The Meridia escape one? Somebody in chat surely saw it. That's the back of Rex ship? Okay.
Oh.
That's
So
why
why
Azder didn't care to go over there.
Explains. Yeah, I totally looked at it, registered it as, oh, that's not an important portal right now, and then just looked away.
You know, I'm not 100% sure about this glove, but we might have the one of my least favorite portal setups in the entire game is where the crab, like in Criteria, the crab one and the boat one are Kraid's Lair and Torian. But that's still technically on the table in this seed.
It's fairly likely. We have 4 portals that have not been found yet. Azder is potentially about to discover one of them. Yeah, we have East Meridia exit, Kraid's Lair. Or, no, not 4. 6? So there's the one by Wave. There's East Meridia, Forgotten Highway, Kraid's Lair, the 2 Criteria portals, and then turn.
Something's telling me something good's going to be here for Azder. Norfair Reserve often has something decent.
Looks like.
Well,
yeah.
Bombs isn't bad.
And that's kind of interesting. So SentientFlatbread actually has really good access to Norfair now.
So what was that crab portal?
It was the Wave one.
The single chamber?
Yes.
Okay, there is the Torian.
So Kraid's Lair is East Meridia side of Forgotten Highway. That is gross.
So, unless I've tracked it wrong, I think Kraid's Lair has to be, well, I think I tracked it wrong because I thought it had to be pre-Aqueduct, but now I'm not so sure about that.
Pre-Aqueduct?
Yeah,
What,
like
you mean in West Meridia?
Do what?
In West Meridia?
Yes.
No, that is Greenbryn.
That one is what?
That one's Greenbryn, Green Hill Zone.
Oh, well then maybe it's Map Station. I must have gotten the Map Station wrong at the beginning.
Back of East Meridia is Kraid. At least by my tracking.
Okay, I got it now. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, which means we will have to see the true worst room in the game, Thread the Needle. It's not so bad when you have Gravity Suit, but I really hate I don't even know how to describe it. It's the room somewhat into Forgotten Highway. Where you
when I get on comms for these, I forget that my names for all of I have like very specific names for all the portals, and like it's probably not what everybody else uses. So,
yeah.
So I'll say something and somebody will think I mean something else.
Yeah, I mean, I don't personally call Kraid's Lair Warehouse Zila left, as the tracker does. Ooh, nice beam.
Oh, I missed it. Azder got that.
Yeah. So yeah, we just need Varia for go mode for SentientFlatbread.
So this is starting to look to me like, I mean, how many items are left? It doesn't Varia at this point have to be in Meridia? I believe that it does. Azder cleared out Upper Norfair. It's not in. Well, actually, I take that back. There is one more. No, that's not true at all. It could be in wrecked ship. Technically, we just haven't seen a situation where that's come up yet. But also, technically, I guess they could get speed booster and then have it at waterway.
Yeah. Well, I don't. No, it can't be in wrecked ship. Well, it can be in wrecked ship, but we have to go to Meridia to be able to see wrecked ship first.
Correct. Oh, you know what's something we haven't mentioned yet? Part of the intrigue of this match for me, not only do I just like watching Super Metroid Randomizer, but the winner of this match gets to play me.
Oh.
So I just realized I should just stop talking and start scouting.
If you can make a meta play in Area Rando, I will call myself impressed. These seeds are there are just so many decisions in them compared to standard fare with what we see with major minor or whatever. That, like, I mean, I guess you can say, okay, this person always likes checking the criteria portal by morph, or they don't like checking it. But I don't think anybody has necessarily solved this format to the extent that meta plays are useful.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that you can kind of come up with a general strategy for, a particular runner. I don't want to get too heavy into it while we're having this discussion. Oh, good news. Azder has now found
Yeah.
Rainbow Star. But yeah, there's some things that you can do against different people to kind of like, take a few risks.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still a little, it's complicated.
Yeah. At this point, I'm pretty inclined to call Flatbread ahead, but that could change based on like azder at this point could decide to beeline Meridia, and we do have two different Meridias where Varia could be. So
I'm waiting for the Azder big brain play where he gets to Croc and skips it, and just turns around.
It's not out of the question.
Right. It's probably not what I would do,
Hmm.
but at the same time, I mean, yeah, look. I think he's actually prepping for that right now.
This is interesting. So this save is betting that two majors will be blanks and the portal will be a blank.
Right.
Which I think might be the case. I forget. Maybe Spazer was there or something.
Spacer, I believe, is at Mama Turtle. I think these are just tanks over here. Oh no, I take that back. One of them is Screw Attack. Yeah. Okay, Azder is playing Rando Bingo at the moment.
Yeah.
Get all energy or get all missile refills in Brinstar.
Yeah. I wonder if that was a moment of like, I am going to play and I'm gonna be thinking while I do this menial task. Because he only needed one power bomb there.
Right, because he just got this refill right here from the frogs, but
I mean, at this point where where nearly everything is, I can totally see why a player would be deep in the tank thinking about their next move.
Oh, for sure. Okay, this is where if I was Flatbread, I would keep going.
Yeah, he thinks about it. Did he check the other portal first?
I don't remember.
I think that might have been what he was debating, whether he wanted to check the other portal and then come back. Okay, he did see Rex ship.
If Varia ends up being like right here at Botwoon, or let's imagine that he continues and like, I don't know, let's say Dragon is vanilla and has Varia, then you would have to say that Flatbread is very clearly in the lead. But it really just depends on where Varia ends up. We saw this last night with Sloters and Derp. Sometimes the items you decide to check, if they're different from your opponent, can end up eating a ton of time in this.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, interestingly, I think so. Right now, Flatbread has a loadout where he could kill Ridley, but it would be rough.
Correct. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think just about anyone would still save here. Because I know, personally, I'm not counting on 6-tank Ridley fight to go well.
Did it.
Yeah, he is farming up for it, though.
I think it's a good call to be prepared for it. I did it a couple times in my races last night. You just never know, and it's better to be prepared than not.
Yeah, he will either have to, if he wants to do 30 supers, he either has to farm up the supers again, or he could, if he's quite savvy, do a golden shower opener.
Yes.
That's very uncommon, though.
That's true. I'm probably going to be wrong again, but the way this seed has played out, to me, this feels like it's going to be, and I kind of hope I'm wrong, because it would probably be more interesting if I'm wrong here, but this kind of feels like a Dragon vanilla, Ridley vanilla seed.
Yeah, I could believe that.
We'll see, though.
Flatbread does get his supers back, though. I believe that's like a 45% chance, roughly.
Oh, I'm wrong. Oh, boy. Okay, y'all. Strap in.
So this could be huge. It could be a major time sink as well.
Oh, he has screw.
Oh, that's a missed one. Personally, I'm not especially fond of giving up the manip in the opener. That's 2 now.
3. Yeah, this is not gonna happen on this attempt. You can't be cavalier about this fight. This many tanks in this mode. I don't mind the play. It's a little aggressive, but I don't think it's bad. But you have to be. Let's just put it this way: it's not something you want to be like improvising.
Yeah. So like, Flatbread has screw attack here. He has high jump. If like I would be inclined to say his best bet would be to do something like the Aussie RBO manip.
Well, we'll see what happens.
And this time he has 2 less supers.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, again, I don't like to criticize runners, but this is just me. I do not like that opener at all. There's a way that you can force Ridley to pogo you at the beginning for this. And I again, I'm not saying I'm correct, but I just feel like it's way more likely that you get a result that you want than if you let him start moving around.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, with 6 tanks, you can do like 5 supers in the opener without.
Oh, he still got it though.
Yeah, nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, you could do like 5 supers in the opener, shoot Ridley down to like halfway or whatever. manip him to turn around, shoot some more supers, do that again, and you'd still be fine.
I hate to say
And
this again. I'm
we didn't
sorry,
see,
Flatbread, when you watch this later, but that was a little too cute. Either pause immediately and don't lose the however much energy from activation, or you just let it activate instead of trying to pause in the middle. He didn't check the Ridley item.
I'll tell you, if it were me running, what I would do, because you
Wait.
have to hope that something's behind Ridley. Well,
he could have just gone up to the save and refilled full energy from the thing. Like I don't understand skipping that item right there.
That's what I was about to say. I can understand the perspective of Ridley literally cannot have what I need for go mode. Anything he gives me is just gravy.
That's true. That is a good point.
And you might not feel like you have time for nice to haves against somebody like azder.
Yeah, that does make sense. Hopefully, well, I never root for either runner, but you know, if you're going to make that play, what you're hoping for is that you didn't accidentally whiff on like plasma or speed booster, you know. But still, I mean, I guess if you sort of recontextualize it, like that's still a pretty big win. He got Ridley on the second attempt, and he will not have to backtrack to any of this. He also knows that Lower Norfair will not have Ridley, so in theory, that's more opportunity for hell runs if he were to choose to do it.
Yeah, yards. This is interesting.
Yeah, this is interesting.
I really don't like this.
I don't either, but at the same time, he might know something that I don't.
I was actually about to say the opposite, is I don't think he knows all the portals that we do. So he might not know that that's Kraid. I'd still be inclined.
You know what? Actually, hold on. Here's what I bet that he's doing. He probably wants to. He knew that this was wreck ship. What he's probably thinking is, let me go over here, and if the boss happens to be like, he knows he can kill any boss, right?
Yeah.
If the boss happens to be Dragon, then he can go back and have plasma door open and all that. Like if he actually wants to do a full clear of Meridia. So now that I think about it, I think this might actually be like really smart.
Yeah, and depending on how much he knows, it's possible that like under his tracker, there's still a situation in which he continues progressing onward after that East Meridia portal.
That is a great point.
For a long time.
You are 100% right. Oh, so close on the quick kill.
Yeah, I think that's one missile.
By the way, we now know why azder skipped that super earlier in the game. It's because he wanted to come back and get it later. So.
Yeah, very.
It's like skipping the charge missile in Hundo at the beginning.
Yeah.
He knew he was going to return.
Yeah, I think if Zeb were in the chat, he knows exactly where the level of worth is. I believe with Charge Ice Spazer, supers are still worth it if you're literally running into them.
For sure.
But anything else, and they're not worth it. And when I say worth it, I mean purely would this save time for Mother Brain?
Yeah, I think if you just shot Mother Brain with straight supers, it would be, I think, roughly the same amount of time as full beam combo. So, yeah, like I guess you wouldn't want to go out of your way, but you're not going to be losing time by picking up extra supers, really.
Now, as soon as you have Charge Ice Wave Spazer, supers are not worth their item fanfare. Again, purely.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa. All right, we'll have to double check on that, because I'm going to personally disagree. I feel like they remain valuable until you have full beam combo, and then even then, I think it's a push. But anyway.
100% ask Zeb about that. He is very knowledgeable. I don't want to be misrepresenting him. I could be.
Oh, it's okay. everybody's got different things. Plus, part of the point for me is what I think one thing people often overlook when they look at fanfares is that's a partial refill of a thing that you might need
Yeah, absolutely.
at a later juncture. So there's multiple factors. Like there could be a point later where if you didn't pick up a 5 spot that you needed to sit and farm for a second or something like that. So now if you're in go mode, that's one thing. But if you're still kind of in the middle of a run, I feel like it's still a little up in the air. I don't know if we can make 100% statements about whether it's worth or not. It kind of just depends on the context.
Yeah, and speaking of those useful refills, we're in a situation here where Flatbread could potentially go for that suitless LN play, but his current resource count based on purely what he has isn't great. So if he doesn't know that this is not LN, I wonder how that changes things. I think no, he 100% knows both LN portals.
Azder's having a good fight so far.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. He's still good.
Yeah, scary without any reserves to autofill, but he still should be fine. He can pause. But yeah,
He should be
not
good.
great health drops though. Jeez. He's actually pretty lucky that was an E-tank. I don't know that he
Yeah,
figured it out.
he still would have been favored to get out, but I do agree that if push comes to shove, I'd rather my whole race not come down to like 1 or 2 button presses. You know what I mean?
Okay, it only took him like 30 some odd energy to get out after showing up in that room. But yeah, I mean, if you fall down, that's GG.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, here we go. Flatbread did the same thing that I do every single time, which is I will drop a bomb. Like if I have Kraid killed before this, I will drop a bomb and then remember that I can go in that door.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters in this specific case since Ridley's off the table.
That is definitely true. So what are you rooting for here, Glove? Do you want it to be Fantoon and then for Varia to still be over there? Because technically, if this is Dragon, then I think that forces Varia at Spring Ball, right?
Could be Spring Ball, could be behind Dragon. Of course, speed adds in Waterway.
Oh boy.
You're basically never happy about seeing Fantoon in area rando. He doesn't give you an item, yet he opens up a million checks that could be really far across the map. Is this? This is not bad though. To get back to Wreck Ship, all that our runners have to do is go back to the East Meridia entrance and then walk left in Warehouse.
Yeah, you know what? I just realized too. I think what I said earlier about the Spring Ball thing wasn't accurate anyway. Y'all probably shouldn't listen to me when it comes to item placements. I accidentally skipped Spazer, so who knows? Who knows what's happening here? He almost supered him again.
I wonder. I think Flatbread plays on emulator, but I play on original console with buttons that are older than I am, and sometimes you get those double taps.
Okay, there we go. He wrapped it up nicely there.
Could be nerves too, yeah.
All right, on that note, I'm going to let you solo calm for about 30 seconds. Sam is over here putting her paw on me. She wants to go out, so I'll be right back.
Alright, yep. Interesting thread the needle strat there from azder. That room sucks and I hate it. It especially sucks in DPRK where you have space jump, but no gravity and no screw attack. Yeah, so at this point, I imagine we'll see Flatbread just go straight to wreck ship. The answer almost certainly has to be there. It's interesting. Wrecked ship is somewhat rare to see fully explored in these seeds.
That is a good point.
And like again, with the resources that we have here, Flatbread, well, Azder still has 10 power bombs. He's not doing suitless LN. For Flatbread, it's an option. We know it's Dragon there, so and Flatbread is realizing his mistake.
Hey, wait a minute, Glove. I just thought about something.
What's up?
Neither one of these runners have checked Gauntlet, yes?
You might be right.
All right, y'all, get ready for the Varia at Wreck Ship Reserve speed booster at Gauntlet. It's coming.
Wow.
I mean, I hope not, but technically that's still in play.
Now, here's an interesting question. Let's say you see the Varia suit at Wrecked Ship Reserve. Do you do bowling anyway, hoping that gravity has speed?
Oh God, I've seen that happen before in a seed, like in a race. So I guess you have to.
Yeah.
What I would probably do is I would probably just decide, okay, screw this. I'm gonna try to hell run Lower North Fair.
Yeah. I wonder. I mean, I wonder how much applicability there is in area rando for doing the backdoor wrecked ship to get gravity items, since Fantoon could already be dead. I'm sure like very few runners actually know how to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Is that even allowed?
Yeah. Sisrame does it in GT Max.
How about that?
Yeah, I don't really know how it works. It's some X-ray shenanigans into Crystal Flash shenanigans, so you're not actually clipping into anything, or like you never go out of bounds or anything.
Got him on a technicality.
Yeah, it's like that. It's the same category as like Moon Dance, where it's kind of just allowed because it's not in a major category.
Right.
Insofar as RBO is not major.
Well, we won't even get into the Moonfall discussion, but yeah, let's see what is Flatbread going to Gauntlet?
It seems like it, which is
This might be a chance if Speed isn't here. This could be a chance for azder to get back even here or ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I consider the race to be functionally even at this point.
Oh, he's not going to Gauntlet. I guess I just don't know the portals very well here.
This is not, I guarantee you, this is not the most efficient way if he's trying to get to wrecked ship. But I don't. Maybe.
If he was exclusively trying to get direct ship, azder just took the lead.
Yeah, he's backdooring wrecked ship from Forgotten Highway. I don't like that.
Yeah, another thing is I don't understand if you're going to go to the surface there, why don't you kind of have to check Gauntlet. But
maybe he doesn't remember that he didn't check it.
Oh, there it is. So azder very clearly in the lead at this point.
Yeah.
And this is one of those special situations where, and I've talked about this pretty extensively, like in my stream leading up to this tournament. When you, okay, I'm gonna go on a bit of a soapbox for just a minute. I laugh really, really hard, and meaning no offense to anybody, but I laugh really, really hard when people are always talking about, like, when they're talking about Super Metroid Randomizer, just regular Super Metroid Randomizer, like a regular Major Minor Seed. I laugh really hard when I see people be like, "Oh, well, this player is really good at routing." You can't really be that good at routing, and like, just trust me, routing is not a very big deal in regular vanilla Super Metroid, but it is a huge, huge deal in this. And the mistakes that you make can penalize you immensely. And we just literally saw azder be like a minute plus behind, exiting that last boss, and now he's multiple minutes ahead, exclusively on routing.
I think SentientFlatbread is lost. Like, I think he either hasn't tracked everything, or I guess he's just going for this. Yeah, I'm not sure though, because he entered a couple of portals and then immediately left them. So either he got a little bit lost, or he was just doing some really hard thinking. Which in this situation, fair. That's pretty lucky. Something yeah, something like lower North Hell runs are interesting in a randomizer specifically, because it's like you often see people who are pretty experienced with RBO be like, oh, you know, this is literally so much nicer than my normal RBO loadout. I'll just go do LN.
That is a good
Fire,
point.
please, and it's a reserve tank.
I agree. The problem here, and again, I need to be careful how I frame this, because I don't want anybody to assume that I'm being critical of one player or another, because SentientFlatbread has no idea, like, the decisions that azder's made, et cetera, and vice versa, right? So I actually can understand his choice here now a little bit better, but at the same time, when you're talking about 4 time, this is still super risky. The only way that this would pay off time-wise is if Varia was at in the upper parts of Wreck Ship.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, because a lot of the time save on this is going to be. It looks better on the front end and it looks worse on the back end, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, even if Varia is at Vanilla Gravity location, I am still inclined to think that just getting that Varia is probably better.
I agree. Like, again, I get the play, and I actually think it's pretty smart, and it's a solid play. He doesn't know what the situation that azder was in, but azder is about to catch him and probably pass him, simply because he's going to have to do stuff like this, you know, and be a little bit more careful. And he's going to have to Crystal Flash. I mean, these things add up over time. Of course, the flip side is if there's an E-Tank here, it could be good for him.
Yeah, if there's an E-Tank at Dragon, then Flatbreads and Oster's LN Escape pretty much look the same.
Yeah, no, you know what? That is a good point.
And there's a decent chance, I think greater than 50% at this point, that it's E-Tank. I mean, the biggest slap in the face would be reserve tank there.
True. Also, he's going to have a slower fight here because right now he can't grapple kill Dragon. So
yeah, Oster would probably exit this chamber before Flatbread.
Maybe. Flatbread does have a ton of supers. And see, and Glove, I'm sorry. I know we were just kind of joking around earlier, but you remember that discussion about why pick up extra supers?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's why I did try to clarify in terms of shooting Mother Brain.
No, you're right. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you can never dogmatically claim, oh, super is not worth to pick up if you have this loadout or whatever.
No, for sure.
Pretty much aside from you have full beam and also at least 30 supers. That, I mean, you pick it up, but ugh. I wonder if Flatbread damages down to CF in here, or if he just like gets through farm room first or something.
I think he will space. I would space jump to the end of this room and then do it. Looks like he's just gonna sit tight. That's fine too.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Y'all, this is about to be almost flat even.
Yeah.
Like, here it is.
I think the main factor here is
Holy
like,
moly.
does Flatbread play scared?
Right. No, you're right. That's one of those things where we're talking about like it's good on the front end and a little worse on the back end. But if he just plays this like he's not running out of energy, like if he's got screw attack, so he can be pretty liberal. Then he might win.
Yeah, we get the refill at Turian, so
Oof.
it does not matter what he has here. That spike hit though.
That's a terrible place to drop that power bomb too.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not good.
He can still. That was ballsy. He can still. Yeah, I don't think.
That was about as bad of a result as you can have in that room for that situation. But hopefully, he's still got plenty of time to get out right here. Obviously, he's not going to Crystal Flash again, but he's only got 100 in that reserve. And I don't know if he got the energy tank on the way in.
I think he has to farm fleas.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is.
Did he get this tank?
Yeah, he got this tank on the way in.
Yeah, that's gonna be GG then.
Yeah, because that's what he has to reload this room 2 more times or just the one. I'm not sure. No, don't super, please.
Yeah, you're right, but functionally, it's not gonna matter.
I know.
Yeah. But this is kind of what I was referring to earlier, like, again, on the front end, this play of skipping Varia, like skipping looking for Varia and wreck ship, it looks faster on the front end, but it just has a ton of complications on the back end. And that's what we're seeing here.
Yeah, I think it also depends upon the runner. Like, you have to be quite good, and there are a couple people who are extremely good at Suitless Lower Norfair, and for them this play looks a lot better. But you have to be cozy both with Suitless LN and Suitless LN specifically in a rando situation with like different items. So, if I recall correctly, those Namihes or Funes, whatever they are, have a 4% chance to drop a super. The Golden Pirates have a little bit better of a chance to drop a super if you farm health here, and then farm the Golden Pirate. You can use one power bomb to take out both of these Funes. But yeah. It's pretty rough. Meanwhile, Azder's almost made it to Turian.
And I have to say it, Glove, and I'm not saying this like as like a meme or a joke or to reignite the discussion. I'm actually being very serious about this. This is another example of like there are a bunch of situations that could come up where extra supers can help you.
Yeah. I definitely think the discussion of when do you stop skipping or like when do you start skipping missiles is a lot more straightforward.
I agree. Yeah. Oh,
You hate to see it. But you know, then at the same time, I had my race versus Aussie the other day where I stopped picking up missiles pretty early on, and then I had to do a bunch of extra checks to get the ammunition I needed.
yeah, and I'll just go ahead and admit it to you. It's a bit of a sore subject for me because every comment that I ever see, one of the biggest critiques of my play that I always see in chats and comments on YouTube is, why does Kip keep picking up these items? He's wasting so much time. And they never remember the races where it like literally won me the game. They only remember like if I lose by 30 seconds or something. So anyway.
I've said it before. If you gave chat, if you created a taskbot that made choices in accordance to chat, it would come in last basically every race.
I'm just soft. I can't handle the criticism. No, but anyway, in all seriousness, though, I'm glad that Flatbread had a save here. But again, I really would have liked for him to get out there just because it would have been a really interesting finish to this race.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course, like, if you're Flatbread, you don't know how close it is. You don't know... and you probably shouldn't be making decisions on where you think azder is. Like, it's fully possible, you know, that azder did the same exact thing, decided to just go for the L and Hell runs.
No, you're right. The only time, it's funny that you kind of mentioned that, because whenever I've raced these area randos, the only time that I've ever been like feeling like I actually might legitimately be in the lead is if it's a completely like long and linear seed where you like both players literally got forced into doing the same thing, kind of like game 2 last night, or game 2 without. Other than that, you just never know what's going on, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that game 2 without was
yeah.
It's really something. These seeds, I think you just get... there are more possible game states with these settings. Like, a lot of standard major minor no area randomization is about like how well can you traverse these rooms with the items you have. And there's just so much more that goes into area boss rando. I should be 15 more shots here.
Mother Brain with his color palette looks like some kind of a special enemy you'd see in like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game or something.
Yeah, I was about to say it looks like a stick of spearmint gum.
So is the vanilla version Big Red or something?
Yeah. Is that the soda?
Do what?
The Big Red, is that the soda or whatever?
No, Big Red is well, see, I'm showing my age. When I was growing up, Ridley, the gum company, had like 4 flavors or something. It was Juicy Fruit, Double Mint, Spearmint, and Big Red. So Big Red was the cinnamon one.
Yeah, not a huge gum chewer, I guess. Is Big Red like cinnamon?
Yeah, it was.
I love when runners do the really long space jump for standout.
Right.
I try to touch ground as quickly as possible because I'm really scared of sliding right into Mother Brain.
Me too. I'm a big scaredy cat when it comes to stand-up. I have like one of the slowest stand-ups just because I'm like, I just don't want to soft lock.
Yeah, I mean, here in the situation where azder is, I might not even stand up. Like, it's like an 8 to 10 second time save optimally.
Yeah, I chose not to do it the other night, but I do, you know, I mean, I understand the reason to try to get every single second. It just kind of depends on the situation, but yeah, azder, honestly, he didn't know it. And again, I don't think that his skip at the beginning of that portal is a bad play. I really don't. In fact, I've kind of even gone back lately and been, just kind of revisiting how I play and thinking about different things. I personally still probably think that checking the portal is the better play in the majority of the cases, but I don't think it's bad to skip it. But for him to have this layout and to recover like that, I think he played really well.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing that I've started noticing is you see it a lot with these super high level players where there are these races where it's like, oh, the other person was winning, and then due to like one decision or something, azder or Aussie or whoever came back out into the lead. And it's not a coincidence that it happens with these super high level riders
Right.
who are really good at the decision making.
That is true. That is definitely true. There are a lot of ways to lose in this mode. You know it, Glove, because you've played a bunch of them. There are just so many different places in your run where you can just accidentally forget what you're doing and then make a bad call. So it's hard to play good from start to finish. But and honestly, Flatbread played really well too. Just that one sort of execution mistake on the lower Norfair exit that first time put it out of reach.
I mean, it was literally one room.
Exactly.
And that's the thing with Suitless LN is there's just more variance.
That's true.
There's more spikes. And azder does finish in first place with an official time of 1 hour, 6 minutes and 10 seconds. And then Flatbread forfeits. That's one of the rules with this tournament, which is disappointing, but like I fully understand why it's in place, where the loser does have to forfeit if they're not at the very end of the game, just because these seats can take really long.
Yeah, and as you know, in case anybody out there doesn't know, I'm actually one of the organizers, and my match with Al the other night lasted almost 5 hours, and Glove here was a trooper on comms for it. So part of the reason we put that rule into place is because these matches will take quite a while. But we're going to go ahead and get set up for race number 2. Glove, do you have anything else you want to add before we step away for a moment?
Yeah, while we have this downtime, be sure to go follow both of these runners. Go follow SentientFlatbread. Go follow azder. And if you would be so kind, follow the broadcast team as well. I've been Glove, joined by Kip on commentary, and we've had Jishru Zooks on tracking. So yeah, just follow everyone during the downtime. And if you've been watching since the beginning, get up, stretch, take a little break from screens, get some water, whatever you need to do. And we'll be back in a few minutes.
Pet your dog. All right, we'll be back.
Yes.